These are 7 rappers who killed their ops. And first up is Youngjin Ace's homie, K-Su. He was one of the most feared shooters in Jacksonville. But now he's locked up, fighting 2 separate murder charges. One of those cases is the murder of a rapper named Lil Buck. That killing was allegedly revenge for a diss track Lil Buck made about K-Su's brother, Boss Goon. The shooting was also part of the ongoing beef between KTA and ATK. The killers were aiming to hurt Kyoso by targeting his family, and when his brother was killed, it pushed Kyoso over the edge. He wanted revenge on anyone connected to it, and that led him straight to Lil Buck. Su believed Lil Buck was involved in his brother's death because not long after the diss track dropped, Boss Goon was murdered. So Kyoso started planning to get back at him. He even brought his dad and 2 friends with him to carry out the hit. They caught Lil Buck outside a shopping plaza and shot him multiple times. Witnesses say they saw 2 men shooting, then jumping into a car and speeding off. Police chased the car until it crashed in a nearby neighborhood. Su and the others ran in different directions to escape. Su ran one way while the other 2 broke into a house and held a woman hostage. They eventually called someone to pick them up and help them get away. That woman later became a key witness. She helped police identify the suspects, Dominique Barner and Leroy Whitaker, alleged associates of Ku. Barner would later confess to an undercover cop, not realizing he was being recorded. He admitted that Ku was the shooter and that he himself was the driver. Thanks to this info, police recovered the murder weapon and a t-shirt with Ku's DNA on it. They also checked Ku's social media and found even more wild evidence linking him to the murder.
Robinson's Instagram, there was a story posted of a child singing a song entitled KSO Homicide by rapper Youngjin Ace, a local rapper who has made headlines before. The video was posted after the murder of Charles McCormick. Also another story, which depicted Hakeem Robinson at a nail salon receiving a pedicure with the caption, "Kill a N-word, then go get my toes done."
And things only got worse for K-Su. When Dominique Barner was interviewed by police, he confirmed everything he said while wearing the wire. He even snitched on K-Su's dad, Hakeem Robinson, telling the cops that he was the one who picked them up after they ditched the getaway car. Because of that, police arrested K-Su. His father was also arrested for being an accessory to murder after the fact. But that wasn't the end of K-Su's problems. While he was still behind bars, he was hit with another charge, the 2019 murder of Adrian Gaynor, also known as Bibi Osama, who was Giulio Fulio's younger brother. Police connected Su to this murder after he used pictures of his victims on one of his album covers.
Controversial rap album cover is making its way around social media. The cover shows pictures of men who have been murdered in Jacksonville. Local rapper K-So posted the picture to Instagram.
Plus, K-So was known to make fun of Bibi on social media, which also made the police tie the murderer to his name.
When I put on Bibi cream, I run that gym, bro. That cream, that. Yeah, baby! That's what Bibi did!
Bibi was shot and killed outside the Hilltop Village Apartments in Jacksonville. He was sitting in a gazebo on the apartment grounds, just chilling on his phone with a friend nearby. While they were both looking down, a shooter started firing. The friend managed to escape, but Bibi was chased down and shot multiple times until he died. Things aren't looking good for K-So in either of his murder cases, especially since his own father is now telling investigators that K-So was the one who killed Lil Buck.
Robinson Sr. told the state attorney's office that his son, Hakeem Robinson, posted on Instagram an incriminating message after McCormick was murdered.
Calling the stores on the stores saying, kill get it toes done.
And was that depicting Hakeem Robinson?
Say what?
Did that, you said it was on the story, was that like Instagram story?
Yeah, Instagram story.
And was that something that was posted by Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
When you saw that, were you upset?
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about King Von. Back in 2014, a man named Malcolm Stuckey and his friends were giving Von mean looks at a party. Von didn't like it, so he left to go get backup. About 45 minutes later, he came back with Big Makewo as FBG Wooski's brother. They parked in an alley near the house, got out with their guns, and walked up to the front of the house. Malcolm and 2 of his friends were sitting on the porch when Von and Big Make opened fire. Malcolm was hit and killed, and several others were injured. After the shooting, Von and Big Mike ran back to the car and took off, but they were both arrested a few days later. During the investigation, Big Mike told police he fired his gun 15 to 16 times and hit one of the victims. He also said that Von was the one who shot and killed Malcolm Stuckey. When police questioned Von, he stayed silent and refused to cooperate. Both of them were getting ready to fight the case in court. The case dragged on for the next 3.5 years until the trial finally began, but at the last minute, Big Mike refused to testify and no other witnesses showed up either. So King Von was found not guilty. Big Mike, on the other hand, got sentenced to 28 years in prison because he didn't keep quiet. But King Von wasn't the only O Block member facing murder charges. Mwop and a few others from O Block were also arrested for the killing of FBG Duck. Back in August 2020, FBG Duck was out shopping in Chicago's upscale Gold Coast neighborhood when he was shot and killed in broad daylight. A lot of people believed it happened because of the diss track he dropped targeting members of O Block and other BDs. After Duck's murder, rumors quickly spread that O Block was responsible. Then, another rapper from O Block named Bo Deal did an interview where he pretty much confirmed they were behind it.
Like, thoughts like on FBG Duck, you know, any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him? Who Duck? Did you know him before, like everything?
Like that, I don't know. Okay. All I know, don't say that about Troy, or rest in peace, Duck.
P-Roy is one of the dead old black members that dissed on its own, so Ballstop basically confirmed the rumors a few months later. Duck's mom hopped on IG Live and said her son's killers got arrested.
And they got the other 5. They got the other 5, baby. Thanks, Boss Talk, for opening your big mouth. Yeah, keep on being cocky.
Then, in October 2021, Mwop, C-Thang, C-Murder, Los, and a guy named Kenny from O Block were all hit with a RICO charge for FBG Duck's murder and other crimes. At first, nobody really knew what kind of evidence the feds had on them until more details started coming out. According to the indictment, someone spotted Duck while he was out shopping and tipped off members of O Block with his location. Cameras inside the O Block apartments then caught a few guys running down the stairs and jumping into multiple cars. Those cars were later seen speeding downtown, running red lights on the way to where Duck was. When they got there, they opened fire in broad daylight. After the shooting, surveillance footage showed them driving right back to O Block. Things got even worse when police found a handwritten note inside one of the cars with C-Murder's phone number and Facebook name on it. They also found photos of O Block members posing with the same cars used in the shooting. Recently, the Chicago PD confirmed this helped build the case against them. It was later revealed that King Von had put a $100,000 0 bounty on FBG Duck because he wanted him gone as soon as that diss track dropped. Around the same time, DaBaby was also dealing with legal trouble after an incident at a Wal. According to his statement to police, he was shopping for clothes with his daughter and his baby mama when 2 men approached him. One of them flashed a weapon and threatened him. What happened next isn't completely clear, but one of the men, Jalen Craigwa, shot and killed. DaBaby claimed it was self-defense, and the evidence backed up his story, so the murder charge was dropped. Instead, he was hit with a gun charge and got 1 year of unsupervised probation. After everything went down, DaBaby posted a video sending condolences to the victim's family, even though it was one of his ops he had to defend himself against.
Ain't no free me, you know, I'm free to the mother. And ain't no RIP me, you know, my heart's still beating, you know, and condolences goes out to the other party.
And earlier this year, this footage from the incident was released, and fans started questioning if it was really self-defense, since it looked like DaBaby was the aggressor in the situation. And not long after the clip went viral, he went on Instagram to clear everything.
Lawyers are telling me not to say nothing and all that, like, to walk down on you and your whole family, threaten y'all, whip out on y'all. And let me see what y'all gonna do.
Make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Now, let's talk about Memphis rapper Mac Critter, who recently signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 label. When news broke that Mac had been arrested for murder, fans started saying the 1017 label might be cursed. On December 21st, 2022, Memphis police got a call about a shooting on Wales Avenue. When they arrived, they found a man unresponsive in a vacant lot. The victim, later identified as Markeith Taylor, had been shot multiple times and was pronounced dead at the scene. Then, just 2 hours later, someone in the crowd at the crime scene opened fire at a passing car, hitting the driver. That car was later found a few miles away with a man named Atlantis Turner inside. His family revealed he was related to Markeith, the first victim. A witness at the first scene told investigators that they saw what happened. According to them, Mac Critter and 3 other men were responsible. The witness said Mac told Markeith to get out of his car and come over. For some reason, Markeith listened. As he walked toward the group, all 4 men started walking toward him and then suddenly pulled out guns and opened fire. The witness said Markeith fell to the ground while one of the men, Gary Taylor, kept shooting. After that, all 4 suspects got back in an SUV and drove off. The witness was able to identify Mac Critter, Gary Taylor, and Ontario Owens from pictures shown by detectives. The 4th suspect still hasn't been caught. Days after the murder, Markeith's mother showed the news bullet holes in her house. She said her home, her sister's home, and her father's home were all shot up too.
Days after her son's murder, Taylor said someone fired shots at her home, her sister's home, and father's home too.
And days before the crime took place, Matt Critter was seen on live letting everyone know that he's going to crash out while looking for his ops.
I'm out here. I'm in traffic. I'm trying to body something. I'm trying to put something under. I'm trying to put me a man under. I'm dropping out bare face with.
What makes the situation even crazier is that Markey was reportedly the father of Mac Critter's sister's daughter, meaning Mac was partly responsible for killing his own niece's dad. Gucci Mane also had a wild history with murder back in the day. In 2005, he was in a serious beef with Jeezy. Just a week after they dropped their hit song So Icy, Jeezy allegedly put a $10,000 0 cents bounty on Gucci's famous ice cream chain necklace. A few weeks later, Gucci went home with a dancer from a club, and during the night, 5 men broke into the house to rob him. Details are still unclear, but Gucci pulled out his gun and shot one of them while the others ran off. Soon after, police issued a warrant for Gucci's arrest. He turned himself in and said it was self-defense. It turned out the man he shot was Jeezy's artist, Pookie Loke. Since Gucci was protecting himself, he beat the case in court. Later on, he even used the situation to diss Jeezy in his music.
Looking on Pookie Loke tonight.
I tell you what, this how we gonna do this.
Send some more, I'ma send them the same way. In a box back to you. 3 kill. 3 kill.
I tell you what though.
New York rapper K Flock was also involved in a murder case. On December 23rd, he turned himself in after being connected to the death of Oscar Hernandez. The incident happened on December 16th, outside a barbershop. According to police, Hernandez was inside the shop waiting for a haircut when K Flock walked by. As he passed, K Flock opened the door and asked Hernandez what he was looking at. Hernandez then got up, followed him outside, and tried to start a fight. At first, K Flock walked away to avoid trouble, but when Hernandez kept coming after him, K Flock turned around and shot him. Police believe the shooting might be gang. They also released surveillance footage of the alleged shooter wearing designer clothes, like a Moncler jacket, Amiri jeans, and unreleased Jordans, that made police think the shooter might be a rapper. The story raised a lot of questions. Some people say if K Flock had really been out looking for his enemies, he probably wouldn't have been wearing flashy designer clothes. The day after the news broke, footage from outside the barbershop leaked, and it told a different story. It shows K Flock walking past the shop with his sister without even stopping to look inside. Then, a few seconds later, the victim comes out and follows him off camera. Many believe that if this happened in another state, K Flock might have gotten off on self-defense, but since New York has very strict gun and self-defense laws, the case isn't going in his favor. If you enjoyed this, click the next video to check out King Von's most disrespectful lyrics that actually came true.